Welcome from my side. It's a great honor to have all of you here tonight. I think that the first part was really magnificent. Thank you to Christoph and Evgenia for this wonderful concert. As might most of you be aware, 2016 marked the 10th anniversary of Air Transport News. And over this decade, Air Transport News, thanks to its readers, has become a leader in the air transport media. And now ATN is by now a key component of the commercial aviation chain. 2016 award ceremony, organized in partnership with UATP, and under the patronage of Stiftung Mozarteum, Salzburg, take place in the first time in aviation history in this remarkable Mozart residence. I'm pleased and honored by the fact that the Air Transport News Award have become one of the most important awards in the air transport industry. This award presents the commitment of Air Transport News to recognize the achievements of the best companies, leaders, practices in the air transportation. I'm also delighted that we have the presence of two of the four previous Leader of the Year winners, Dr. Yannis Parasis, the CEO of Athens Airport, and Mr. Robert de Jong, the CEO of Geneva Airport. Finally, I would like to thank my family, my wife Evgenia, that you just have this wonderful evening listening to her in the concert with Christoph. My two sons, Yorgo and Yanni, that are here tonight. But with some of you that you know me and that we are become friends over the last years, there is missing my mother, as is giving her battle for life in Athens. I'm happy from one side, I'm not well from the other side, that my thoughts are with her tonight. I would like to thank, closing, Stiftung Mozarteum Salzburg, Claudia Gruber, Gabriel Ramswer, and especially Dr. Johannes Honsering Erlenburg, that kindly offered this venue, UATP and Wendy Ward, that is representing UATP tonight, for their partnership, the jury of experts led by Jeff Poole, that you will hear from him soon, and of course, above all, our readers that follow us for the last 10 years. And now I would like to invite Dr. Johannes Honsling to give his welcome address on behalf of Mozarteum Foundation.
Thank you, Kostas. Thank you, dear honorary guests. May I ask you first the question, can you guess where this wonderful Costa violin, it's a coincidence the name Costa violin, was 3 weeks ago? Not in Europe, it was in Cuba. It accompanied the visit of the President of Austria, and it was performed in a concert with Raúl Castro and the others representatives. So a few days before Obama came, actually this is a part of our understanding to bring Mozart's music, this mission, to all the world. Thank you, Kostas. Thank you, Jeff, and also Robert, for giving us the opportunity to be in a certain way the house lord in a way to welcome and to celebrate this evening with you together. Honorary guests from all from the airline industry, here in Mozart's residence, maybe you have heard a lot about Mozart's family and the history. Have a view on the picture on the wall. It shows you the Mozart father, the mother in the painting because she died 2 years ago, and Mozart with his sister on the pianoforte. It's the original family portrait, 1780, the same time when the pianoforte was built. one of our most important items here in the museum, very often reproduced, and in a way here in the original impression for you. You know and you have heard that Mozart lived here from 1773 to 1780. It was a really productive time when he composed his violin concertos. He started with his operas and his wonderful chamber music. Actually, Mozart is one of the figures worldwide which is fascinating people all over the world across all cultural and more or less all religious lines. This is amazing. I'm often asked, and I ask myself, why this music is so strong, why this music is always moving people, why does this touch and move everybody from the Asian world, from the Russian world, from Europe, from Latin America, from the States, from wherever? Probably because Mozart was a restless guy. He was a traveler. He spent more than 1,269 days of his life in traveling. This would mean more than 3 years and 5 months of his short life, which lasted only 35 years. Traveling in the 18th century was a disaster. You know that the situation and the offers were bad and worse. Young Mozart wrote to his mother, and he was happy about traveling. "Oh, my heart is enchanted from pure delight, because our driver, a gallant fellow, who, where the path somewhat allows, drives quite swiftly." He wrote as a 13-year-old guy. Later, very different, he wrote to his father, "The seats hard as rocks. For 2 whole posts I rode with my hands pushing against the pillows to hold my body in the air." So this gives me the right cue to the evening, the air. Not only the Mozart family dreamed of better, quicker, more comfortable and swifter ways to travel. Mozart's father Leopold was deeply impressed by the Montgolfier brothers' first balloon ride, 1785, a sensation all over Europe. Leopold was fascinated on. He wrote to his family, "An air balloon would really be highly favorable for us." If Mozart could have done, he would have taken every opportunity to travel via aeroplane. Not only 3.5 years in his life, much more, I'm quite sure. He would have been your very best customer, although you might have had some problems with the payments. You know, Mozart was not that one who was very successful in this field. Nevertheless, in our days, Mozart connects people worldwide as you do the same. I remember the former Chinese president Hu Jintao. He was here in this hall 3 years ago, a really serious-looking man, sitting in this hall, keeping a straight face until Mozart's music started. This music opens hearts and opens doors for great joy, but also for economic and political success. We have a wonderful cooperation with Turkish Airlines. I have to say thank you on this occasion. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for visiting this wonderful city of Salzburg, and be our guests soon again. Thank you.
I would like to present to Johannes a small gift as an appreciation for generosity to host this event tonight here, and for this fantastic speech. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Here we are. I would like to invite Mr. Robert de Jong, CEO of Geneva Airport and Vice President of Hermes.
Thank you very much. Dear friends, dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, Costa asked me to talk about the Hermes Club tonight, so I'm just going to tell you a few words about the Hermes Club because I would like to say a few words about Costa. I think it's the most important for tonight. So Hermes Club was founded 3 years ago in Montreal. Am I correct, Costa? The main reason of that club is just to provide a forum for networking and exchange ideas among its members. 2 years ago, we published a very important book for the 100 years of the commercial aviation. And I think it was a real success. But I must say, all this is because of Costa. I think Costa has the idea to create that club. So thank you, Costa, for creating that club. I think we are very proud to be members of your club. But I would also like to thank Costa for inviting us in a beautiful place. It's because of you that we are here. So thank you very much for all what you do for the air transport. I think one day we will have to find a way to give you an award. So I don't know, we have to create something that we will give you an award. Thank you very much, Costa, and thank you, everybody. Have a nice evening, and I think Costa needs an applause.
Thank you very much, Mr. de Jong. And now, it's time to call on stage Mr. Jeff Poole, Director General of Council, and of course, Chairperson of the jury. I would like to point out that every year the committee consists of personalities of air transport industry. Please, Mr. Poole, take the lead.
Thank you. It's a great pleasure for me to be here for a number of reasons. And before we get into the awards, I would also like to make a few personal remarks. It's great to see you all here representing the organisations in the air transport industry and many different organisations here for a very good reason to be recognised this evening. I take great privilege in being the only person from the air traffic management community, so blame me if your flights are late when you go back. It really is a great pleasure to be here, I think, for a number of reasons. I'd like to thank Johannes for allowing us to use this wonderful facility this evening. It really is a special pleasure to us, and thank you to your staff for explaining Mozart to us. I have to say I was a little bit disappointed, though, because one little-known fact about Mozart was left out this evening, and that is that he and I share a birthday. Not the same year, although some of you may comment on that later. I'd also like, on behalf of all of you, to thank Evgenia and Christoph for an outstanding performance this evening. I think it's something that we will all take away with us, so thank you for sharing your time. And if you would allow me to speak to your husband for a moment, that would be okay? Yeah, good. Because I'd like to add my thanks to those of Robert for Costas organising this evening with the UATP. Thank you as well. Again, these are becoming traditional events now after only a few years, and I think that says a great deal about what you've done, Costas. And on a personal note, I'd also like to thank you for being here when you have difficulties with your family. So our prayers are with your mother. Thank you. One of the reasons why these awards are special, I think, is because they're actually voted for by the readers of Air Transport News. So the very wide community in our business. And then the difficult task comes along for the jury to decide on those that have been sort of nominated and shortlisted by voting of the public. So it's been a great privilege for me to be the chair of the jury, and I would like to recognise my fellow jurists as well. Bob Aronson, who's an ex-Director General of ACI, Raymond Benjamin, ex-Secretary General of ICAO, Dr. Pierre Coutu, Programme Executive of AMPAP and the President of ASI, Ralph Kaiser, the CEO of UATP, Simon McNamara, the Director General of ERA, and Dr. Charles Schlumberger of the World Bank. Now, as an industry, we are very often taken for granted in terms of the very significant economic and social benefits that we provide on a global basis. And also, we often take ourselves for granted in that sense, and so as we strive to meet the daily challenges, and sometimes those challenges can be very great, as we saw in Brussels earlier this week. I think it's really welcome and appropriate, and thanks to Costas, that we take time to recognise and reward the companies and the individuals that actually make things happen in this great industry through their significant contributions to safety, technological capability, operational efficiency, and cost effectiveness. So all of the organisations that I will name shortly that have been shortlisted for the public nominations can be very proud and deserve to be there. As always in these circumstances, the competition is very high. The jury had a difficult task in selecting who would be the winners. So in that sense, though, the winners that we'll be announcing tonight really are deserving of their outstanding achievements in the industry and in comparison to their peers. So I'd like to just make that point before we just go quickly through the awards. So what I'm going to do now is I'll read out to you the finalists in each category, and then we'll announce the winner, and then each of the winners is limited to a 30-minute Oscar speech. Dave, I'm trying to time you. Okay, so the first award, Regional Aircraft Manufacturer of the Year, and the nominations from the public were Antonov, Bombardier, and Embraer. And I'm pleased to announce that the award goes to Bombardier, and Stefan Lizotti, the Director of Sales, will be here to pick up the award.
Well, thank you very much, Air Transport News. This is a great honor. Thank you, Costas. We're very, very proud at Bombardier to win this award. The CRJ and the Q400, they're wonderful aircraft, doing great success, especially here in Europe. But keep your eyes, guys, because we're coming stronger now. We have the C-Series coming. It will be delivered this summer. First delivery will be to Swiss. We're very, very proud of it. It's a game changer. It's quiet with the Pratt & Whitney engine. Keep your eyes open, guys, because it's an amazing aircraft, great economics, and if you talk to airlines, tell them to buy it, they'll make money with it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The second award is for the Aircraft Manufacturer of the Year. And the nominations for this award were Airbus, Antonov, and Boeing. And the award goes to Airbus. Unfortunately, the Airbus representative could not be here this evening, but we will make sure the award goes to them. I said earlier, being chairman of this jury is great, but it's a little bit like being the bridesmaid and never the bride. So I'm going to take that award with me, and I'll promise you I'll give it to Airbus. The Engine Manufacturer of the Year. The nominations are Allied Signal, Pratt & Whitney, and Rolls-Royce. And the award goes to Pratt & Whitney, and Mr. Tom Brett, the VP of Engineering, will accept the award.
Listen, on behalf of Pratt & Whitney and our 33,000 plus employees, I want to thank Air Transport for an amazing award. It's further affirmation of the great technology and innovation that I think we're doing at Pratt & Whitney. You know, last year was a big year for us. It was our 90th anniversary of really defining aviation propulsion for 90 years. And as we look forward with the new geared turbofan, which powers the Bombardier, Airbus, Irkut, MRJ, and of course Embraer jets in the future with basically eye-watering fuel efficiency, emissions, and carbon dioxide reductions in our F-135, which is really the most sophisticated fighter jet engine in the world that will power freedom for many years to come. It's never been a more exciting time to be an engineer at Pratt. And you know, as I sit in front of most of the folks here, I'm not sure you're engineers, but I don't get out much. And I asked the boss why, you know, the engineer is being sent here, and he said, you know, Tom, your team deserves a lot of credit for the technology that you guys developed, so please go accept the award and have a good time. So I'll take that once.
Thank you. We now switch sectors in the industry, and the next award is for the Ground Handler of the Year. Now, not surprisingly, we have a longer shortlist this time round, and the shortlisted nominees were AACT Company Limited, Baltic Ground Services, Celebi Holding, Gold Air Handling, and Swissport. And the award goes to Swissport. And Catherine Boson, the Senior Vice President, Global Commercial and KAM, will be here to accept the award.
Thank you very much. We're extremely proud to be accepting the award for ground handling. And on behalf of all of our employees around the world, the commitment and the dedication to innovation is something that we will continue to strive for. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And now for the IT Company of the Year. And the nominees were Excelia, Amadeus, Locatory.com, Lufthansa Systems, and CETA. And the award goes to CETA and will be collected by Mr. Dave Backer, President of CETA Europe.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here as, collecting this award for the second year in a row. Mm-hmm. On behalf of the 4,700 people at CETA, I'm really proud to see their dedication and hard work paying off. For decades and decades, CETA has worked as a provider to the industry, servicing every airport, every airline, all of you here in this room. We're proud for the recognition, so thank you on behalf of all of our staff. It's great recognition to see this award coming to us, so thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. The next award is for the MRO Company of the Year, and the nominees were AAR, FL Techniques, Lufthansa Technique, Turkish Airlines Technique, and UT Air. And the award goes to Turkish Airlines Technique, and will be collected by Mr. Halim Sahin, the Executive Vice President of Turkish Airlines Technical.
Thank you. We are proud of being here, awarded as MRO of the Year. I brought warm wishes of 7,000 people of Turkish Airlines Technique, and I'm taking this award on behalf of them. Thank you so much.
And now to Airline Alliance of the Year. 2 nominees, SkyTeam and Star Alliance. And the award goes to SkyTeam, and the award will be collected by Mr. Mauro Oretti, the VP Marketing and Sales for SkyTeam.
Good evening, and it's good to be here in this amazing location. On behalf of all the 20 SkyTeam members and our staff, I would like to thank the readers of Air Transport News and the jury for conferring on us this important award. I would like also to personally thank Kostas for organizing this and for your unwavering commitment on all things aviation, which is really unique. We have been working hard on achieving this award. We have been working hard on the whole area of seamlessness in the customer journey, to make sure that when our customers travel on more than one airline, they can enjoy an experience which is as smooth as possible. It's the second year that we win this award, and of course, when awards are on year 2, the taste is sweeter because they hint at a continuity in effort. Thank you again, and happy Easter to everyone.
Thank you. We're now going to switch sectors for a while before coming back to some airline awards later. We have 3 airport awards now. For Airport of the Year below 10 million passengers, there's Aida-Barros Airport, Aéroport de Bordeaux, Ile-des-Pins Airport, Jos Airport, and Kazan Airport. And the award this year goes to Aéroport de Bordeaux, and Mr. Jean-Luc Poirot, VP of Business Development, will collect the award.
Thank you very much. Distinguished Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues. It's very odd for me to be here tonight because I always thought that awards just enhance ego, and that a virtuous man or woman should have a certain distance to that. But yes, we got it. No, and I know my CEO, Pascal Persson, who apologized not to be here tonight, but also the Bordeaux team and all my colleagues will be very proud of it and much honored. I mean, yes, Bordeaux did very well and had spectacular results. Just to give you an idea, I mean, we had an average growth rate for the last decades of 10%. We jumped, for instance, for the last 6 years from 3 million passengers to 5.3 last year, from 39 routes to 100 now, today. So it's a big jump. And of course, this award is particularly enjoyable because it comes from the industry. It's an industry appraisal. I mean, it comes from institutions, big companies from the air transport industry. And these people know that it has not only needed to draw the good and strategic line, but much more difficult for the team and for the staff to make the necessary everyday effort to reach the set objectives. And so it's really a teamwork. So again, thank you very much for them, and we'll do still better tomorrow and the coming years. We have plenty of projects. Thank you very much.
Many thanks. The next award is for Airport of the Year, 10 to 30 million passengers, and the nominations were Abu Dhabi International Airport, Athens International Airport, Pulkovo Airport, Sheremetyevo International Airport, and Zhengzhou Xingzhen International Airport. And the award goes to Abu Dhabi International Airport, and Ms. Awa Al-Haida, Head of Terminal Operations, will accept the award.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to be here in this beautiful city of Salzburg to receive this award on behalf of Abu Dhabi Airports. To have won the 2016 Air Transport Award for Airport of the Year in the 10 to 30 million passenger category is a huge honor for our company and a strong vote of confidence that we are providing services that are of a consistently high quality. It is also a firm indication that we are making great strides on our journey towards achieving our vision of becoming the world's leading airports group. It takes a collaborative effort to win such an award, and it is down to the extraordinary hard work and commitment of all those involved in running Abu Dhabi International Airport that I am here today accepting this honor. We are also grateful to our passengers and to the readers of Air Transport News who voted for us. One of the criteria on which we were judged was on how innovative we are. And these are areas in which Abu Dhabi Airports prides itself. Our recently launched smart travel system is a pioneering, fully automated process which allows passengers to go all the way from check-in to boarding their aircraft without any human interaction. As the number of people passing through Abu Dhabi International Airport continues to rise, using the latest technology such as our smart travel system is vital to ensure the smooth and efficient management of passenger flow. We are proud that we are staying ahead of the innovation curve and delivering the best cutting-edge solutions and being recognized for our efforts by winning awards such as this one. If you haven't already passed through Abu Dhabi International Airport, I encourage you to do so, that you can witness our world-class services and great facilities firsthand. I would like to thank Air Transport News once again for this award and wish you all an enjoyable evening. Thank you.
And now for the third airport award, which is for the Airport of the Year. And the nominations were Eyüpbaros Airport, Istanbul Ataturk International Airport, Île-des-Pins Airport, Rwanda Airport, and Sheremetyevo International Airport. And the award goes to Istanbul Ataturk International Airport, and the award will be collected by Mr. Serkan Kaptan, the Deputy CEO. Serkan.
Dear industry colleagues, it's a great honor to be here to get this award. As you may know, and as you witness, Istanbul Atatürk Airport has been growing double-digit for the last 10 years, and we are trying to keep up with the demand. I believe that we are doing this successfully, thanks to Turkish Airlines at this growth. Last year, we were above 61 million passengers, and we are ranked as number 3 in Europe. This year, we are still growing, double-digit. Hope that will be number 2 next year. Each year, we stepped up during the last 5 years, and thanks again to the industry colleagues. Thanks for your support. Have a good evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, the final 4 awards that were adjudicated by the jury are for the airline sector. The first of those is for Cargo Airline of the Year, and the nominees were Aeroflot Cargo, ABSA, Airbridge Cargo Airlines, Lufthansa Cargo, and Turkish Airlines Cargo. And the award goes to Turkish Airlines Cargo and will be collected by Mr. Akif Konar, the Chief Commercial Officer.
Good evening to everyone. It's really my honor to be here tonight. I would like to thank to Kostas and to the respective jury for this great award. As Turkish Cargo, we have carried 720,000 tons of cargo last year, and this year it will be 830,000 tons of cargo. And our aim for the revenue is 1.1 billion. And for the next year, we hope that we have 1 million tons of cargo. Once more, I would like to thank to Air Transport News and to the jury for this great award. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, Regional Airline of the Year. The nominations for this award were Adria Airways, Astra Airlines, Belavia Belarusian Airlines, KLM City Hopper, and Sky Express. And the award goes to Adria Airways and will be collected by Ms. Alenka Kleiman, the Director of Business Development, Fleet and Alliances for Adria Airways.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you, ATN. We are very proud to be chosen amongst all of these great regional airlines. You all know it is difficult for an airline at all, and even more for the regional airline. We at Adria Airways are very proud to say that we made it through our 55th anniversary on 14th March this year. And on 15th March, after 55 years, we became privately owned, which we believe that we have a bright future ahead with the new owner. And this award actually goes to all our employees, colleagues of mine, that have been professionally worked with professionalism, dedication through all of these years. So thank you very much, Kostas. Thank you, Walt, for choosing Adria Airways, a proud member of Star Alliance. Thanks.
Next is Low Cost Airline of the Year, and the nominations were 9Air, EasyJet, Pobeda, Ryanair, and Wizz Air. And the award this year goes to EasyJet. Caroline McCall, the CEO of EasyJet, unfortunately could not be with us, but she asked me to just read a couple of sentences from her, which are as follows. She says, "We are honoured to receive the 2016 Air Transport News Award for Low-Cost Airline of the Year, and we would like to thank the readers of Air Transport News as well as the expert jury for their support. This award is testimony to all the hard work and dedication from our people who commit to making flying easier and more affordable every day." So thank you to Caroline for those words. And the final jury award this evening is for Airline of the Year. The nominations were 9 Aegean Airlines, Aeroflot, Lufthansa and Turkish Airlines. And the award this year goes to, for the second time, Turkish Airlines and Mr. Akif Gona.
Thank you very much again. This is the second time in a row. We are really very honored to receive this award. I received this award on behalf of Turkish Airlines and more than 20,000 employees. As Turkish Airlines, today we have 304 aircraft. 10 of them are freighters and 75 of them are wide bodies. Today we serve 285 destinations worldwide in 113 countries. In terms of number of countries, Turkish Airlines is the first airline, is #1 airline in the world. We are also proud to have bridges to so many countries. Our growth rate is in 2 digits for the last 10 years, and probably will be growing again in 2 digits for the following 10 years. I'm happy again to receive these awards. I would like to thank once more to Mr. Kostas and to the respective jury. Thank you very much. Good evening.
Well, thank you, everybody. That concludes my duties as chairman of the jury. Thank you for your attention and your patience this evening. The bright-eyed amongst you will have noticed that there are still some awards left. So I'd like to hand back to Lampros, as the editor of Air Transport News, to take us forward on the rest of the proceedings. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Mr. Poole. Congratulations, of course, to all those who have been awarded. It's time to mention that we will refer to the Reader's Choice Award. From my experience as a journalist, I have come to the conclusion that readership has the undeniable power to judge and decide fairly, based on everyday events and quality of service. Therefore, I have acquired the knowledge that whoever has managed to gain the recognition and appraisal of the readers, or the public in general, is already considered to be successful in their field regardless of the typical parts of being awarded. This year's winner is an airline company, the history of which dates back in 1923, which means that it's one of the oldest airlines in the world, occupying more than 30,000 employees. I'm calling the tribute Mr. Vitaly Savelyev, Chairman and CEO of Aeroflot.
Of course, it's a pleasure for me to be here with you. And first of all, let me thank the jury and the organizer for this award. It's an honor to me. It's an honor to accept this recognition. Of course, I'm share this award with all my Aeroflot team. I'm sure this stimulates us to continue our dedicated job. And I'm confident this is not the last time we will see each other. Now I said I'm sure. I'm sure because one member of my team stays with me here. This is Georgia Caligari. Let me introduce Georgia. Shaking hand. Yes, because team is team, and nobody can alone to go ahead. And Giorgio joined us 4.5 years ago. He worked in Italy, Alitalia, but now it seems to me he more Russian than Italian because he lives with us and he stays with us. Thank you so much, Kostas. Thank you so much, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, for this beautiful party, and I hope we will do our best to continue our job. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sabelyev. Now I would like to call on stage Ms. Wendy Ward, VP Marketing and Communication UATP, that will present the UATP Award. Please be my guest.
Okay, thank you, everyone. First off, I have to thank Kostas. It's an honor, just to know you. As I think most people here can say that, we've gotten to know each other quite well over the past several years, and not only is he a friend, but he's a colleague, and we're truly honored as UATP to be co-hosting tonight's event. So thank you to you and to everybody else and all the winners so far. So when Kostas asked me about, a UATP award, obviously for those of you that don't know us, we're a payment network that's wholly owned by the airlines. So I have 32 different airlines that own us. So you can imagine what our board meeting just last week was like in Vancouver. Makes things quite interesting with 32 of them. But looking at our airline owners and the UATP programs, there's one group that always comes to mind, and they are very innovative. They are our largest issuer, and year over year, they continue to grow, reach new markets, and go into new countries and bring new products to market. So it is my honor to present this award to Lufthansa Air Plus, and we have Mario here, who is the head of digital payments, to accept the award. So thank you.
Thank you, Wendy, for the warm words. Thank you, Costa, for inviting us. Thank you, Air Transport News, for the honor of this award. We are really happy, we are really proud, and I personally am proud and feel honored to bring this important award back home to our headquarters in Frankfurt. We have great ambitions, and we push strongly forward the topic of payment within the airline world. Last year, we added new countries to our network, to our payment network, more than 62 countries we cover by now. We have 43,000 corporate customers worldwide. We are serving China, we are serving Latin America. So we are pushing payment further year over year. And it's important for me to say that payment goes through a groundbreaking change in all our lives. I'm talking about PayPal or Apple Pay, just as an example. And I feel with such a strong partner network, you in the airlines, UATP, we are well settled to push this topic further and don't need to be afraid of PayPal or Apple. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Wendy Ward, for the cooperation that resulted in this wonderful gathering. Thanks a lot. Now, I would like to call on stage Mr. Yannis Paraschis, CEO of Athens International Airport, to bestow the Georgia Drew Award. Please.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. When I was asked to present this award, I felt very honored, both by the fact that ATN invited us here, and but at the same time, I became familiar. Kostas revealed to me the name of his choice for the year, and for an award that is named after his late father, who I had the fortune to meet. And I think this is a very important award for ATN, but at the same time, it's also a very important award for the family of airports. Having worked for many years at airports, it is a true honor for me to present to you tonight's winner. And I would like to start with the important stuff. Actually, this place is the ideal setting for him, because the aviation world and the world of airports has stolen him from an alternative career that he could have chosen, and it would have been the world of music. He enjoyed almost professional training in violin and piano, and he surprises his colleagues very often at gatherings of aviation summits when he jumps to the piano. So I feel that he probably is pretty nervous tonight being in that room. It is indeed, I've met him quite a few years ago, almost 15 years ago, when he was co-managing an airport where Athens Airport was also a member of that family in those days. That is not the airport that he's managing today. He jumped to one airport, which is actually, yes, I might make things a bit warmer now. It's close to Salzburg, and during his era, between 2002 and 2016, this airport has become one of the most important hubs in Europe and the world, one of the most awarded airports with significant growth over all these years, to the stage that the growth becomes a problem, and you need additional runways to be able to cope with that growth. And as we all know, new runways in Europe are not the easiest thing to do. So he's dealing with that, and he's doing it very professionally. And by checking his biographical notes, I realized that he has been also awarded as the best communications CEO of his country for non-listed companies, which is obviously something that, skill that somebody needs in order to be able to implement a third runway. But I've met him and I've worked with him very close for years at our trade association, ACI, both at European level and world level. And I have cherished and learned the way his very positive, very uncomplicated, and very direct way of dealing both with issues and with human relations in a complicated international association. The less important things is that he is very, very young, actually. He's a rookie for Lifetime Awards, and has completed his studies in the late 80s. So actually, he's really one of the young members of the family. Nevertheless, a rookie for Lifetime Awards. Please, ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming to the stage for the Lifetime Award of Georgia True, Dr. Michael Kerkloh of Munich Airport.
Together. I'm a bit worried because normally when you get lifetime awards, it's my first one, you get fired. So I'm a bit cautious, but well, thank you very much. Actually, I never applied for any of the jobs. I'm honored now, but in the end, it is my world. It was my world. Aviation is fantastic. Airports are very fantastic, and I worked at 3 airports that are still fantastic, which is Frankfurt, which is Hamburg, and which is Munich right now. I always hope that airline managers get envious because well-run airports earn more money than airlines. That has something to do, of course, with the way airports are managed. But actually, it's a wonderful industry, and what Yannis mentioned, it is connected worldwide. I mean, it's fantastic because I go to an airport somewhere in the world, I probably know the airport CEO, and he knows where I'm going to, so I just ask him, just what should I do? He knows the best restaurants, he knows the best hotels, and the best way how to get there. So this is fantastic, and that's why I love this industry, and I met so many people there, and made so many friends. It's fantastic. I met Priscilla there as well in this world, so I'm very, very grateful that I can be, and hopefully still, for at least 3 more years, until the runway is there in Munich, yeah? Well, that can take some time. I'm so proud and grateful that I can be in this industry, so thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Yannis Paraschis. The following award goes to the Woman of the Leader and will be presented by Mr. Robert de Jong, CEO of Geneva Airport. Please.
Thank you very much. I'm very, very proud to present this award. I will present this award to a woman that counts a lot for aviation. She's working for Boeing commercial airplane since many, many years. She and her team forecast demands for airplane and related service, evaluate market risk and opportunity. From 2010 to 2013, she was responsible for commercial airplane go-to-market strategy in region around the world, as well as analytics, modeling, and simulation in support of sales and product development. She led the marketing team to do the forecast and was responsible for economic and financial analysis, airline revenue analysis, and network fleet planning. She also led the operation and development of the customer experience centers. She's an expert in the marketing and economics of the aviation industry, with a specific focus on the strategy implication of airline deregulation, very, very long careers. She joined Boeing from Cranfield Universities in the United Kingdom, where she served as chair of the University Department of Air Transport, professor of Air Transport Management, and dean of the Faculty of Engineering, Manufacturing, and Science. In those roles, she worked closely with airlines to help make them to be more profitable, productive, innovative, and also consult with aircraft manufacturers, regulatory body, and service provider. In addition, she published more than 70 articles, reports on aviation-related issues. She has chaired and spoken at many, many international conferences. Please, let's applaud Fariba Al-Mandari for all those achievements and her fantastic careers.
sorry to keep you waiting. But you can imagine, this is very humbling at the same time. It's a great honor for me in such a beautiful place in your company to receive such an award. It is really humbling. I am also very happy I'm receiving this award at the same time when Boeing is celebrating its 100 years of experience. As you know, Boeing is going to be 100 years this year. And I'm taking this award on behalf of all women in Boeing, but also all the women in aerospace. And I really look forward. We see more women coming to aviation industry to build the next century of aerospace. As you have noticed, this is a very male-orientated industry, and this is a recognition that there is opportunities for women. So thank you very much, Kostas, Dr. Iatro. When he puts his mind on something, he'll definitely get it. Thanks to Air Transport News. And thank you so much to all the judges. This is really nice. Thank you.
Here we are. The last, but not least important prize is this of Leader of the Year. I would like to ask Dr. Kostas Iatrou to come on the tribune to announce who the winner is. Please.
Thank you, Labro. As a tradition from the first year in 2012, we have the last personal award that goes to a leader in the air transport industry. Every year it might be an airport, an organization, or an airline. For this year, I have the great pleasure to announce that the Leader of the Year award is Vitaly Savelyev, the CEO and Chairman of Aeroflot. The reasons for this are quite obvious. Please allow me to share with you some great achievement Aeroflot has reached under Vitaly management. He joined Aeroflot in 2009 as a CEO, and since that time have developed Aeroflot in a leading global airline group with a multi-brand strategy that appeals to passengers across all market segments. Transformed the company to get the international acknowledgement of best-in-class safety record with a reputation for outstanding customer service, and this could be clearly testified tonight with the Reader's Choice Award that Vitaly accepted on behalf of Aeroflot. Vitaly Savelyev arranged the business processes to secure the operational excellences and impressive financial performance, even the most challenging conditions. Aeroflot have one of the youngest fleet in the industry. It was also airline partner with Sochi Olympics in Russia. Also, this resulted that according to the industrial studies recently, Aeroflot was acknowledged as the airline with the second highest operational profitability among legacy European carriers in 2015. For more than 4 years running, Aeroflot has firmly secured its place among top 5 European carriers with highest revenue passenger kilometers and revenue. All this alongside with the firm that the bold strategy for 2025 aimed at developing Aeroflot into national champion with a truly global reach, focusing on serving the domestic market and international market while establishing Russia's position in a key leading east-west transit hub. Please join me to welcome Vitaly Savelyev, the Leader of the Year for 2016.
Thank you, Kostas. Thank you again for this achievement. this recognition is very important for me. So I joined aviation industry 7 years ago. What is 7 years for me? 7 years ago, for instance, Aeroflot 9 days ago has birthday. Aeroflot on the 17th of March has birthday, and now Aeroflot is 93 years old, one of the oldest company on the world. 7 years ago, Aeroflot carried about 8 million passengers, and the load factor it was just only 62%. Now, Aeroflot carried last year 26 million passengers, load factor about 80%. First time in Russian aviation industry, we tried and we did it to build holding like foreign huge aviation group. Now, Group Aeroflot consists from 5 airlines company. In premium segment, Stay Aeroflot with his beautiful service, Try Aeroflot, as you remember, if you have no possibility, I invite you to try it. In second part, we have 3 aviation company, Oran Air, Donavia, and aviation company Russia. He is cover middle segment. And we created, with support of President Putin, low-cost Победа. It was great pleasure for me to hear that Победа now mentioned in nomination low-cost segment. Of course, it's only just first year, but in first year, Победа carried about 3 million passengers and including first 5 Russian airlines company. It's very important for us. Kostas mentioned our highlights, and of course, we are going to be in nearest future in first 5 airlines company on the world, I hope, and in 21st company on the world. It seems to me all our aviation segments, all of us, each of seats here, feel like me. It's very, we have a very big problem, but this problem which we have concerning each of us, because it's terrorism, huge price for gas, and some different problems which we need to improve just only together. ICAO and IATA, a lot of many things to do for improving this. And I think we'll do our best and to prepare all our aviation industry to be more polite for our passengers. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kostas.
Okay, that's it. I would like once more to thank each of you for attending and participating in this wonderful gathering, and invite on stage the winners for a commemorative photograph. Thank you very much and enjoy the rest of the evening. Please.